down at the auditorium. Well, just another day at the office.
Someone's old. Ex-Sabre Tony McKegney returns to the city where he makes his off-season home. Someone's new. Fort Erie's Mike Lawler, a Montreal Canadiens till only a few weeks ago, adds muscle to the St. Louis Blues defense. Someone's borrowed. Goalie Darcy Wakaluk lasted only 2 periods Friday night in the Buffalo loss to Vancouver. And someone's blue. And Sabres captain Lindy Ruff is upset since he was taken from the lineup for that same game. The St. Louis Blues march into Memorial Auditorium next to meet the Sabres on the Niagara Frontier Sports Network. They've lost 4 games in a row, and tonight, well, they're going to be minus one of the top players back in the power play, and that's Phil Housley. He was injured the other night.
I don't think they replace a guy like Phil Housley either, but they're playing against a hockey club, the St. Louis Blues, that play a good, sound, defensive type of team game. I think the score will be very low tonight, like it usually is. It wasn't the last time these two teams met up, but expect a real tight hockey game here tonight. As far as Housley, sure, they'll miss him unless he made a trade for coffee today.
Well, Greg Millen will be back in goal. He's got 6 shutouts. He blanked the Islanders 5-0 last night.
Well, I think the fans can remember how Bob Sauvé played here in Buffalo, a stand-up goaltender. He'll come out, play the angles. If you want to beat this Millen, you have to come up with the perfect shot. He doesn't move for you and open the net up. He makes you come up with the perfect shot, so they'll have to be sharpshooters tonight to beat him.
St. Louis Blues, and the other day, one of the great broadcasters in the National Hockey League passed away, Dan Kelly. In a moment, we'll be back for the moment of silence. And you're watching Sabres Hockey on the Niagara Frontier Sports Network.
What's interesting about this goal is Mike Foligno was kind of laying back in the weeds, and he darted in there waiting for his opportunity. He was very, very patient, and he took advantage. Now, here's a good forechecking by Lindy Ruff. Watch the puck come free. Good heat right there by Ruff, and Foligno could see the whole thing coming. He just laid back, waited for his opportunity, found the puck going to the front of the net, then he'll jump and make his move. Right about here. He is right there. Perfect timing right into the far corner. Good forechecking by Buffalo. They really put an awful lot of heat on the St. Louis defense, and sure enough, they copped it up. That's what's supposed to happen when you do forecheck hard. Now the Blues lost 15 in the season.
St. Louis gambled on this goal. Their defenseman moved into the slot area deep in the Buffalo zone. He missed the puck. Buffalo turned the puck over quickly, and they were gone like a shot. It turned out to be a 3-on-1. Here they go right here. Now it's a 2-on-1 with a trailer way behind. You can see Ruutu draws that defenseman over maybe a foot or two, just enough to loosen up Shepard on the far side. By the time Shepard had that puck, he was looking at a half a net wide open. Just an exceptional play right here by Christian Ruutu. See, that puck was jumping up a little bit, but still Shepard got enough wood on it and beat him cleanly to the far side.
You know what's missing tonight? Where's the horn after the Sabres score a goal?
That's right. I never even thought of it.
Here's the announcement of the goal.
Scored by number 23, Ray Shepard. Assist number 21, Christian Ruutu.
Here's Andrechuk with a bat.
Well, not since Richard Martin and Danny Gare have the Buffalo Sabres had a better goal scorer than Rick Vaive. Rick, you know, the goals are wonderful, but I could think of an easier way to make a living. I mean, as it shows here in the first period, as you come in limping.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like anything. You gotta work for what you obtain. And goal scoring, you know, although it's nice to stand out in the slot and get the goals from there, sometimes you got to pay the price to get them. And it seems like they take that shot away from me in the slot and going wide down the wing, so I got to get them some other way, and the only other way is to stand in front of the net.
Do you think the defensemen have wisened up over the years? Because I remember earlier in your career, as far as you're talking about taking shots wide from just horrible angles along the boards where the defenseman almost lets up, the goaltender lets up, because there's no way you can score from there, but you scored a lot of goals. Yeah. Do you get away with that anymore?
Not much anymore. When I go down the wing, they just pretty well force right away. As soon as I get anywhere near the blue line, they just don't give me that room to get in over the line and let the slap shot go. So you got to create other ways, and fortunately, over the past 3 or 4 years, I've been able to create other ways of scoring.
Is there a method to your madness, or is it just a matter of going to the front of the net, positioning yourself, or are you thinking about something while you're there?
Well, you get there. Obviously, the one thing is the puck is going to arrive there at one point or another, and whether the goaltender stops it, if I can get in front of him and cause a screen and he can't see it, or I can get the rebound or even a tip. But eventually, the puck is going to go to the net. And if you stay there long enough, it's going to arrive. So not all the time, but if you stay there and you persevere, sooner or later it's going to get there.
You know, often, Rick, I'm trying to get it across to the fans, the importance for a defenseman, especially after taking a hammering in front of that, the importance of that defenseman getting the puck on the net and not getting the puck 8 feet high in the air or over your head or whatever. And, you know, I guess you don't mind standing in there, paying that price, as you say, but at least put the shot where I have a chance for it.
Well, it gets frustrating sometimes, I suppose, but I haven't been on too many teams that have as good appointment as we do here in this hockey club. In the power play with Howie and Baji back there, Callie, and they do a pretty good job of getting the puck to the net. It's frustrating sometimes when they do miss the net, but yeah, everybody's human, and to err is human, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you, you were a sight for sore eyes when you showed up in Buffalo, Rick. It's a great start, and it's a pleasure, not only for myself, but the fans here to watch you play. Welcome aboard.
Hogan Polino showed a lot of courage by cutting right into the net. He knows he was going to get chopped if he went in there. That's a dangerous play by Polino, and he went for the whole ball of wax, and he came out smelling like a rose.
Sabres defeat the St. Louis Blues. 28 shots overall for Buffalo, 23 for the St. Louis Blues. So Jacques Cloutier picks up his 6th victory of the season, and Greg Millen now has lost 15 on the season. So the final score, Buffalo 5, St. Louis 2, and now here's John Gertler.
Well, as Ted mentioned, the Buffalo Sabres snapped their 4-game losing streak. Quite a performance tonight by Christian Ruutu with 3 assists, and 2 goal performances by Mike Foligno and Ray Shepard. And the Sabres now 25, 26, and 6 for that 56-point total. And as Ted mentioned, 1 point away from the Boston Bruins' 2nd place of the Adams division. So the Sabres gear up and continue their homestand. However, it's abbreviated on Tuesday night. But before we go any further, let's go out to the ice and find out who are the 3 stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3-star selections. They are sponsored by Reed's Jewelers and selected by members of the sports media. The 3rd star, the Sabres' Mike Foligno. The 2nd star, the Sabres' Scott Arniel. And the 1st star with 2 goals and assists, the Sabres' Ray Shepard. For attending tonight's game. The next home game will be on Wednesday night.
So an all-around performance tonight for the Buffalo Sabres, again snapping their 4-game losing streak with a 5-2 victory over the St. Louis Blues. Our post-game show will continue when Danny Gare joins us to take a look at those 2 goals by the Buffalo Sabres in the 3rd period. We'll have the final word from Mike Robitaille and Ted Darling and a check-in of the NHL scoreboard. Stick with us. Our post-game show continues on the Niagara Frontier Sports Network. For the Buffalo Sabres, 2-goal performance by Mike Foligno, 2 by Ray Shepard, the other by Scott Arniel, a 5-2 final over the St. Louis Blues, and again Christian Ruutu with 3 assists. Danny Gare in video corner to pick up on the Rifleman's 2nd goal, that in the 3rd period.
Well, we're going to show both the goals in the 3rd period, John, but this goal here was due to a lot of great forechecking by Ruutu and Arniel. And what happens, you'll see it here, Benning will cough the puck up to Arniel right here. And what Scotty will do is he'll pass it over to Christian. And Christian's got such a touch and a feel for the puck. He sees Shep right off to the corner, and Shep just lets it go quick. And, you know, like we said earlier, we need Shepard to score goals. It's good to see Foligno scoring goals. You got to take a little pressure off guys like Vaive in order for this team to win hockey games.
The combination worked well this evening, especially with Scott Arniel with 3 points, but more importantly with Ray Shepard. It seemed, aside from his 2 goals, he got a little bit more into the game tonight.
I think what he did was he got the puck a lot tonight, and Christian Ruutu is such, like I said, such a good passer. He got the puck to him, and that's what he needs to do. He's a shooter. He needs to get the puck. This play here is the goal by Foligno. Benoit Hogue makes a great play at the blue line, and Foligno's full stride. He gives it to Mike, and watch Mike what he'll do here. He cuts to the net. He brings the puck towards the net, and he just puts it in the bottom corner. Good game for Foligno. I thought him and Shepard and Rutu, Arneal really, shone tonight, and I thought the defense stood up and made the Blues stand up at the blue line. Didn't get any good control in their end, but and Cloutier made the save, so it was a good win for them after 4 losses.
That goal that Mike Foligno scored, that's his particular style. If he sticks with that, he can score a lot of goals, just driving right to the net.
Well, he's a big guy. He should be able to do that.
Okay, Danny, see you in Pittsburgh on Tuesday night.
See you,
Okay,
John.
partner, thank you. Our post-game show will continue after these messages from Buffalo. The 5-2 final for the Sabres tonight on the Niagara Frontier Sports Network.
I'm Ian Scholes. Get out of here. Here. Showbiz can be so cruel, but who needs it when I have the movie channel? All movies, 24 hours a day. Plus, the 6th annual salute to the Academy Awards, the glitz and the hits, like Wall Street, Broadcast News, The Untouchables, Good Morning Vietnam, and Fatal Attraction. It's the only national channel devoted entirely to movies. You want my autograph? I gotta go.
Order the movie channel today.
Coach Jim Schoenfeld, without a single mattress or box spring, brings his New Jersey Devils to Memorial Auditorium for their only visit of the season at 7:35 p.m. February 15th. The Sabres better not be asleep that night, as Shoney's crew won the last team meeting 5-4 in the Meadowlands and is in desperate need for points in the Patrick Division playoff race. Season ticket holders should use their January 6th tickets for this rescheduled game, and if you don't have one, call one of the numbers on the screen and order right now. Be there when we rock 'em. Rock 'em, Sabres!
Shots 28-23 Buffalo. Jacques Cloutier turning aside 21 shots. A good defensive game. His 6th victory of the season. And as you say, Ted Darling joins us to talk about the defensive aspect of tonight's game. Good performance by the Sabres.
Yeah, I thought it was compared to the last 4 games defensively. They played extremely well, and especially Calle Johansson, and as Mike mentioned during the play-by-play, Calle Johansson and Uwe Krupp, they were playing well. And Sean Anderson, of course, I thought he had a great game. And they were breaking up a lot of the passes. They were in the neutral zone area, and the Blues just couldn't get just couldn't get going. And at times, even when the Blues had the power play, they seemed to finally they turned it around and decided they better dump the puck in, whereas they're trying to carry it over the blue line.
Totally different game played tonight than it was in St. Louis. An eyewitness report from you.
Well, yes, they lost 7-3. Everything seemed to go wrong. Even Sean Anderson put the puck into his own net in that night, and I think when the score was tied 2-1, Mike Ramsey put one off the goalpost, so it was a complete turnaround for the Buffalo Sabres. And it's nice because now they've got to face the Penguins on Tuesday, the Devils Wednesday, and then again in Pittsburgh on Friday. So perhaps this game will give them some confidence going into this coming week.
Okay, Ted, thank you. Continuing our post-game report, we move over to the other side.
Howdy, John.
DC, right there, and a gentleman who is joining us this evening and celebrating a birthday. And we congratulate you on your 14th, your 14th birthday with the Buffalo Sabres. That makes you 25. Is
Not
that
if
right?
you want. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give
Watch out,
myself
there's no pies
tonight
or anything else like that.
the greatest birthday gift I've ever given myself and the people that have to stand around me, all right?
Okay.
Now, I don't know how long this is going to last for, but you see these ungodly things, pack of Winston, I'm done with them.
You're out of
all
here.
right? I might have one on the way home.
You made the mark.
So I have no choice now. I have to come up in a big way. I really have to stay off them. I hope I can anyways.
Okay, get that fire extinguisher now.
Pretty good hockey game, John.
Excellent hockey
Tonight,
game. Tonight,
some things I like very much. The obvious, Foligno scoring a pair, Shepard scoring a pair. Not just counting on Housley and Vaive to do all the damage offensively. It's spread out a little bit, but Ted brought up a good point. Really impressed with a couple unsung hockey players tonight. Christian Rutu being one, Calle Johansson being another one. The whole defense, I thought, really set the game up perfectly for the Buffalo Sabres tonight. And I guess it's very easy to leave this building tonight and just notice the goal scorers, but please appreciate the way the defense really got this team in gear. If you notice, they moved up the ice offensively and put an awful lot of pressure on a pretty solid defense. When you're talking about the St. Louis Blues, a good solid defensive team.
a little incident that happened tonight in the second period. A fellow by the name of Mike Hartman, who kind of got something going there. It seemed as if turned the team around a little bit when he met up with the other St. Louis tough guy.
He does an awful lot of that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If you're
Stirred
sitting
the pot a little bit.
Well, if you're sitting on the bench and you're a teammate of, say, Rick Vaive out in the ice, a very important player, you need him out in the ice, you want to protect him a little bit. Ewan came over, their tough guy for St. Louis, started giving a little shot. All of a sudden, Hartman over the boards, boom, boom, that's it. Let Ewan know right away. All his own teammates are going, great, great. We have some backup. And It's an important little thing that happened in that game tonight. You're right.
Okay, Mike, Sabres followed up with a 5-2 victory this evening here in Buffalo, and they're prepared to go on the road just for a short trip. And there you have it. Mike Robitaille has already put his mark here in the broadcast area.
Yeah,
no smoking at all. And again, happy birthday to you, Mike Robitaille. There were a couple of other games, a matter of 4 other games played in the National Hockey League. Let us check in for the last time on the scoreboard to find out what happened.